Wellness for Life is brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy, Gothenburg Chiropractic Clinic, Mahabi Atwa Community Action Partnership, Lakeside Sports and Pain Clinic, and Thomason, Swanson, and Zahn Attorneys at Law.
Hello, I'm Matthew Koffenberg. I'm a physical therapist and I own Back in Motion Physical Therapy in Perham and Park Rapids, Minnesota. Today I'm going to tell you a very common story that I get in the clinic. I would say almost weekly I hear the following scenario. So someone will come in and they'll describe their pain to me, and usually what they'll say is oh man, I've just had this miserable neck pain. This pain, it just starts right here and it just kind of travels up. It's just miserable, won't go away. And then they'll go on and say, and it's gotten worse. It's gotten to the point where, I try to raise my arm up. Every time I try to raise my arm up, I get pain that kind of shoots down into this part of my arm. And you know what? What's happening now is when I wake up in the morning, my whole hand is numb, and sometimes my whole arm is numb. So that's a common story that I get almost weekly. And most people will think, and rightfully they will think, that this is a problem in the neck. A lot of people will be thinking, oh man, I got to go see a neck surgeon. I've got to maybe get an injection in my neck. Something's going on in the neck. I'm actually here to tell you today that rarely is that the case. With that history, surprisingly rarely is that coming from the neck. This is actually something that started when you were a child. This is something that has developed over many, many years. And it's actually something, had we listened to our parents, might not have happened. My parents constantly were telling me to sit up straight. I tell my kids all the time, sit up straight. This condition that I just described is called the postural syndrome. It's completely 100% due to poor posture, and I'm going to explain why that is. So, poor posture, what exactly is poor posture? I'm going to exaggerate this, but this is poor posture. There are usually three components. If you're sitting at the desk working at your computer, there are three components to poor posture, and they all involve the shoulder blade. The shoulder blade will elevate with poor posture, the shoulder blade will tilt with poor posture, and the shoulder blade will do what we call protraction with poor posture. So let's go over to elevation. So here we are looking at the shoulder blade from the back side. This right shoulder is elevated. It's moved upward compared to the left. When that happens, the muscle, the most important muscle here, the one that's most typically affected, is called our upper trapezius. That upper trapezius muscle gets shortened. When the shoulder blade elevates, that upper trap muscle gets shortened. A shortened muscle is a tight muscle. A tight muscle is a hyperactive muscle, meaning it never shuts itself off. It becomes way too active. It then becomes very painful. The second thing that'll happen is the shoulder blade will tilt. So now with this picture, we're looking at the side of the shoulder. This is our arm bone coming down, and this is actually our shoulder blade here. With good posture, there's a lot of space between the arm bone and the shoulder blade. This red piece here is indicating our rotator cuff muscle. So with bad posture, our shoulder blade actually tilts. So this part of the shoulder blade tilts up. As you can see with the picture, the rotator cuff muscle will then get pinched. And that's why someone will tell me when they start raising their arm up, they'll start to feel the pain go down the arm because the rotator cuff is getting pinched. The third thing that happens to the shoulder blade is it protracts. What that means is the shoulder blade starts to round around. It starts to round around the corner. When that happens, the muscles that attach from the spine into the shoulder blade actually get lengthened. A lengthened muscle becomes a weakened muscle, and a weakened muscle will become painful as well. The other thing that'll happen when the shoulder blade starts to round around, it actually tightens up the pectoral muscle. Underneath the pectoral muscle is a nerve bundle called the brachial plexus. When that starts to get really compressed, you start having hand numbness. That's why you start having hand numbness in the morning. What can we do about this? We can do one exercise. It's a beautiful exercise. It works wonders and it fixes all of this stuff. But you got to do it every day. So it is the postural exercise that I recommend everybody should do. So what you do is you go up to a wall, you back into the wall, you want to get you want to get as much of your spine touching the wall as you can. You then want to retract or pull back your shoulder blades. You then want to tuck your chin in. The idea when you tuck your chin is you want to get the back part of your head to touch the wall. So try to get as much of your spine to touch the wall, pull your shoulder blades back, tuck your chin in, get as much of the back of your head to touch the wall. You then bring the arms up. That now stretches this pec out. And then you just go up and down. You maintain that the whole time. Keep your shoulder blades pinched in, keep your arms up, keep your neck or your chin tucked in, and then you go up and down for 30 seconds. 30 seconds is an incredibly long time. You'll be surprised at how tired you get, and you'll actually be surprised how much it hurts to fall back into poor posture after doing that exercise. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to call me at 218-346-2464.
Thank you for watching Wellness for Life. Brought to you by Back in Motion Physical Therapy, Gothenburg Chiropractic Clinic, Mahabi Atwa Community Action Partnership, Lakeside Sports and Pain Clinic, and Thomason, Swanson & Zahn Attorneys at Law.